Did I miss it? Was last week WrestleMania? Because that was WrestleMania-worthy week. This was one of the best weeks that WWE has ever done, and I have been watching wrestling since WrestleMania 5, and literally, I cannot remember a week this more impactful than anything. And I'm talking the entire week, from Raw to Smackdown to NXT. There were crazy things happening, and I'm not even going to talk about the PLE Clash of the Castle, because dang, there's so much to talk about. Monday Night Raw, right from the get, because guess who returns? Seth Rollins. And that's crazy because he's out from injury, and that's what you need to do the night after WrestleMania. You have big returns, you have big debuts, you have just twists and turns, you put bow ties on storylines, and you move forward. So Seth Rollins returns, and now we see where the World Championship is going. What else happened on Raw? The implosion, explosion, whatever you want to call it, of Alpha Academy. This thing has been going for a long time. It did not end how I wanted it to. I was hoping Chad would win the title. Whether or not I agree or disagree with the decision happened, and what happened was they're no more. Otis pushed him, and he got his babyface pop, and that's how that goes. And then Chad Gable, more on him later. We did have some Money in the Bank qualifying matches. To me, they were just like, okay, cool. You know, Jey Uso continues his ascension to the main event that his nickname is. But first, we have what's going to happen with Drew. He just got screwed. Fallout of the PLE. And we are waiting. We are dying to hear him just roast CM Punk, because he is livid, but he can't even. He is so mad, so upset. He just quits. He just straight up quits and walks out the door, leaving us jaw-dropped. That's your twist. Things are happening. What's going to happen? The storylines continue. Sami Zayn, he has the IC belt, right? He puts a bow on the Chad Gable feud and says, I'm looking forward. I'm moving forward. And who steps up? We have a veteran from the past, Sheamus. But more importantly, we have two young, hungry rookies that want to step up. And Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker being the one that's like, whoa, when Braun Breaker answered the call to Sami Zayn, that was like, oh man, because Braun Breaker, he's been on a tear. And that's something that needs to happen after WrestleMania. You need to level up your players. The rookies need to get to the next level. Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker especially, moving forward. And then it happens, right? After Jey Uso wins and qualifies, it happens. The Wyatts pretty much make one of the most impactful debuts, re-debuts, repackaging, whatever you want to call it, in WWE. Now, I have my misgivings. I've talked about them on other videos, but I cannot deny that was an impact. That was definitely 100% an impact. The Wyatts came and completely massacred everybody, including Chad Gable. Now we are left with this huge cliffhanger. What's gonna happen? That was Raw. That was Raw. The Raw after Mania is a thing, and the Raw after Castle surpassed it. But there were still other shows. What happens on NXT right away?
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Oh man, the crossover keeps coming. TNA has been crossing over with NXT, but it's still a huge deal. WWE didn't even acknowledge its competitors for the longest time. It was like wrestling just existed in WWE world. Like TNA's been around for 20 years, and suddenly WWE's like, yeah, you should come to the Royal Rumble, Jordan Grace. Yeah, Joe Hendry, you could be in our Battle Royal for the NXT title. Yeah, Frankie Kazarian, you can come too. This whole Joe Hendry guy is so awesome. I am in love with Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, and it was just a huge pop, and it was so funny because he gets into the Battle Royal, and he's like the first guy out. If you're not gonna win, then, you know, be memorable. And he was definitely memorable. And the poor AEW, it's hilarious and sad at the same time, because Joe Hendry alone had made more of an impact than Sasha, Ospreay, Okada. Facts are facts, numbers are numbers. Go look at the social media impressions. Joe Hendry on the third brand, the rookie brand, NXT, made more of an impact on those $5-10 million contract employees at AEW. So Joe Hendry, I believe in you, buddy. And then let's talk SmackDown. SmackDown just as good as Raw. In fact, in my opinion, I feel Raw overall was better, but the ending to SmackDown to me was the most impactful, and I loved it. Let's talk about the beginning. CM Punk, he comes to a hometown welcome, and we're gonna pretend that the brand split is not an issue because it's a slight issue for me. It's my one pet peeve of this entire week, but we're just gonna, well, maybe two. I didn't like how they split up the Academy. I feel Otis should have just socked him. I feel Otis should have just beat Chad down, but regardless, a CM Punk comes to SmackDown, and he's talking, and then when, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman happened, I was like, oh, because CM Punk and Paul Heyman have a past, they have a history, they're friends. My God, what a moment. Right in the nostalgia feels, right? They were one of the only good things that were happening back in the early 2010s because, oh, those were dark times, my friends. Dark, dark times. And it was just so overwhelmingly awesome. And then we have the Bloodline actually looking strong, actually looking crazy like a threat. Solo Sikoa's Bloodline has kind of sucked. And when they came out to confront SmackDown, only because Solo heard on the radio that the announcer said that Chicago was CM Punk's, and Solo Sikoa got mad at that. That's the kind of unstable leadership I want from Solo Sikoa. What? That guy says it's CM Punk? No, it's my town. My town. You know, that's hilarious. And then we have that moment. Cody Rhodes comes with a bat, backs up CM Punk, setting up the main event for later. We'll return back to CM Punk in a minute. Money in the Bank, Chelsea Green, and Carmelo Hayes. Just like on Raw, with Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker going from rookie status to the next level, we have Carmelo Hayes and Chelsea Green moving to that next level of wins, and they got a couple big wins. Now, these were triple threat matches. However, at the end of the day, there was Chelsea Green and Bianca Belair in the same match together, and Chelsea Green won. At the end of the day, Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton were in the same match together, and Carmelo Hayes won. Huge deals for that, going to Money in the Bank. And then we have the angle, the feud, the everything of the year. Drew McIntyre completely destroys, bloodies CM Punk, steals his bracelet with AJ Lee and Larry the Dog on it. So awesome. He completely annihilates him. It's off camera because CM Punk probably isn't medically cleared yet, so they had to do it creatively, and they did. It was awesome. And when he drops him on the ground, beautiful stuff. Chef's kiss. That feud, it has no right to be as good as it is when we have people who have not been medically cleared since January. And this feud is so good. So good. And Drew apparently hasn't quit when now we're like, I can't wait to see him on Raw. And then, appearance from Logan Paul. LA Knight, still hot with the crowd. Maybe not so hot with the booking committee, but he's hot with the crowd. And he's going into the U.S. title. Looked like that Logan Paul wasn't there, and then he was. Logan Paul himself just being there is a big deal because Logan Paul, I mean, we all know Logan Paul. He's a megastar. He's a YouTuber, everything, you know, crossover celebrity. And he just being at a SmackDown means that SmackDown is very important. So there he is. And then we have the finale, which I believe had a better ending than Raw. And hey, Raw's ending, super impactful. One of the best introductions of anybody ever with the Wyatt Six, but I also feel one of the best introductions of anyone. Jacob Fatu comes, destroys the three top baby faces, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, annihilates them, just himself, and the Bloodline gets a new member of Jacob Fatu. Who is Jacob Fatu? I've done a video, I'll put the link up there, but who is Jacob Fatu? Basically, think, how would I put him? He's Umaga, Jeff Hardy, and Thugonomics John Cena. Jacob Fatu is so awesome. Wow. This is spoiling us. This is spoiling us. I never expected something this amazing, this awesome. I'm just like absolutely dumbfounded with how good it was. There is no way next week's Raw is going to be this good. Lower our expectations because that was a week for the ages. That was a week for the ages. I think good stuff's still going to happen, but wow. Thank you, Triple H. I acknowledge your booking. I acknowledge your booking, Triple H. You were so good, and I thank you because Ooh, that was good. Guys, what was your favorite moment of last week on WWE or AEW even, TNA even, whatever? What was your favorite wrestling moment of last week? Put it in the comments below so you can have a chance to win one of these belts. And yeah, have a great day and enjoy what WWE, enjoy the feast because this is a great time to be alive right now. Have a good day.